Hey, this is Piggy D from Rob Zombie, and you're watching RichardThinks.org.
This is Richard, RichardThinks.org. Today we are at the Rockstar Energy Drink Mayhem Festival. I have with me Piggy D of Rob Zombie. How you doing today, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So how's this tour going for you? You guys are now like the main event now. You guys did the Mayhem Festival in 2010 with Korn. How does it feel like coming back 3 years later and doing the tour as a headliner?
It's great, man. I mean, the Mayhem folks are so well organized. It's such a well put together show, and every day is fun, and it's, like I said, it's so organized that it just makes our job so much easier. So it's a fun show to do, and this year the lineup's great. A lot of different kind of bands, bands we would normally play with or even really get to see. Mm-hmm. So it's nice to mix it up, do something different,
Have there been any standout bands that you've enjoyed watching or make it a point to see?
I haven't had a ton of time. The schedule's been kind of crazy, but so far I've seen Huntress, who I love. They're a fantastic band. The Butcher Babies, I saw them. They're amazing.
I just caught a little bit of their set.
The crowd for that band is spectacular. And the Machine Head guys, I've toured with them for a long time, and it's nice to finally really be able to watch their show every night. They're on at a slot, at a time slot where I can kind of watch them and absorb it a little more. So that's been nice too.
Now, the new album, Venomous Rat Regeneration Vendor. Wow, that is a tongue twister. So it's been out for some time now. How's the general response been so far?
It's been great. Great reviews. The kids seem to like it. It's a little more of an experimental record, I think. Stylistically, there's a lot more different types of songs. Mm-hmm. Rob really went into it with the idea that he wanted to write untypical song structures, and really play with different feels and different arrangements, and so nothing really sounds stock on the record, and I think the end result is exactly that. I think it's a very fun, eclectic,
all killer, no filler,
good time record. Yeah.
Now, how many songs from the new record are you guys playing so far?
We've been doing 4. It fluctuates. It's like we have 70 minutes to play, and there's so many songs that we have to play.
Yeah.
So, we're trying to squeeze as many in as we can without, losing people, but also satisfying the new people that, just got into the band. Yeah. So you got to kind of walk that line a little bit.
So, do you guys rehearse for before the touring cycle or before each specific tour? And then how, I guess this is a two-parter here. Do you pick songs, or do you guys have a whiteboard with song titles and to figure out how to make a set list?
Yeah, we rehearse before every tour, to answer the first part of it. Yeah, and our process, the three of us, Ginger and John and I, will rehearse for a good 2 months before Rob shows up, and we run every single song we know, and then we learn other ones that are possibilities if we don't already know them. That's 2 months, and then Rob will come in and we'll whittle it down into songs that might make the set list, and then that's another month. And then we add, once we get everybody on the same page with that, then we add the production and we start rehearsing with the production. So it's a long process to do a tour like this. It's months and months and months of work, and that's not even counting if there's new props or there's any new elements in the show. That's a whole process. I mean, some of the big props and stuff in the show, it starts 6 months out. Oh, yeah. So everything's got to be very, very detailed and very organized. And then you add us on top of it in the actual show, and it's complete chaos. So the 4 of us on top of all of the stuff that is choreographed, the two worlds kind of mix well together. We want to be able to move, and not set ourselves on fire, not bump into each other, and also not even think about what we're doing. We're so used to playing the songs, we don't even have to think about it anymore. So
have there been any incidents so far on this tour where you guys oops moment?
Yeah. Having said that, shit happens, yeah. And I had some fire fall on my head the other night. But it was so humid and sweaty outside that it didn't matter.
So I drenched it out.
I was completely flame retardant. I saw it happen to John one night. It almost happened to Rob the other night. He ran right into something. So, it's just going to happen.
Yeah.
So we're playing with fire, literally.
Oh yeah. I mean, like it gives like the fans like more of a memorable show.
Yeah.
Like I remember catching the set back in 2010 when you guys opened for Korn, and I just like saw like so many props going in and out, and like I could see from where my seat was, like your stagehands like, you know, shifting things back and forth. So like I can just only imagine how much stuff like you guys had to fit like in a trailer one night, or not even a trailer, just say a truck.
You know, it's several trucks. I got to hand it to our crew too, because those guys have a lot on their plates, man, and there's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
I mean, literally moving parts to the show. So we couldn't do it without them.
Oh yeah, definitely. So you guys have the Great American Nightmare like the whole thing happening at the Fairplex in California. Now, how did you guys go in picking out all the acts for this particular festival?
Rob pretty much handpicked everybody.
Okay.
You know, they're bands that he knows or has some, you know, relationship with, and but we mixed it up too. I mean, I saw the lineup the other day, and it's amazing. Like there's electronic music, there's like jam bands, there's like party bands. It's like there's all kinds of different types of music at this thing. There's something in it for everybody. So it's going to be a really fun 2 weeks.
And you guys are headlining the final night, correct?
Yeah.
Do you have anything like special planned for that?
I'm really excited just to see 45 Grave, honestly. Like I've only seen them once, and so to play a show with them like that time of year is a special thing. So I'm excited.
Like I can just only imagine, like, I mean, considering it being on Halloween night, correct? Mm-hmm. So like it's just like it would just be it's an all-out like show right there.
We're talking about doing some stuff, but I don't want to say anything yet. So.
Not to spoil anything. Yeah. Very cool. So, what's the status right now on the Haxans?
We've been writing a lot, and we've got a lot of songs kicking around, and what we're trying to do now is just, you know, get them into either an EP or a full-length record. We're still trying to, you know, it started as one of those things that's just kind of a recording project, and then it's kind of grown into something else. So now we're trying to, you know, really connect with who the audience is, and, you know, it's like new projects like that. It takes a long time to build them up, and we've been on 2 different continents too up until now. So we've been everything we've released has been through email. So we've been writing songs and recording intercontinentally.
Different time zones.
Yeah.
Well, speaking on the, you know, working through like the internet, how do you feel like the internet itself has affected like the music industry? I know you've been in the business for a long time, so how do you feel like it's affected the industry?
I feel like it's completely changed everything, and it's made it a lot easier for, you know, young upstarts to. You can record a record on your laptop now and release it on iTunes the next day. Like you can do anything you want. That has also made everybody that was pre-existing before that boom. It's made their jobs harder, because now, you know, there's such a massive stream of music and content and bands and films and anything really artistic, that you really have to sift through a lot of stuff to find the good stuff. Yeah. And it's great because there's so many more choices, but it's also harder for existing bands, you know, that have an audience and that you know, it forces those bands to constantly be evolving with the times, which I think is a good thing. You know, but we're not done. You know, this technology is going to keep. Look what we can do with our phones now. It's going to keep evolving, and you know, bands have to evolve with it.
Yeah, like if like say like if a band is playing like a new song live that they haven't premiered yet studio wise, like, you know, it could be premiered through somebody's like iPhone recording. Absolutely. And that's like it's like a scary thing at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, you have to think about, like, you know, the first show of your tour, the entire show is going to be on YouTube the next day.
Yeah,
so the cat's out of the bag.
Or like someone like will write a detailed review about it with photos included. It's like,
yeah, I mean, any jackass with a computer can review a record or review a show these days, and it's like, I remember when I first started touring, it's like, to be a journalist at a gig, like, you had to have some kind of credentials. Yeah. And now it's like, you know, you have all these websites with people with opinions, and that's great. I mean, it's great that we have that access, but just because we have it doesn't mean you should use it. Yeah. You know, so this is a long conversation. Yeah.
But I like it.
Very opinionated.
Very opinionated, but at least, you know, you're citing your your thoughts. So anything you guys got going on post Mayhem Fest?
Yeah, I mean, we're just starting an album cycle, so we got to go. We got to make some tracks.
Yeah.
We started going overseas a few years ago, and really spending some time in Australia and Europe and Japan, and so we got some work to do.
Oh yeah.
We got a long haul ahead of us.
All right. Very cool. Well, thank you very much for your time, Piggy D.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Piggy D of Rob Zombie's Band, RichardThinks.org, and we will see you later.